trying something a little different, man. So, seeing these 4 scary stories that are animated. And I was like, I used to watch videos of people doing that, and I never seen myself in their position until now. I want you guys to see how I react. I want you guys to see how I react to these stories. We got the 3, no, it's not 4, it's 3 true scary stories that are animated. Let's get to it, man. Let's do it. I'm kind of nervous.
This happened when I was in 4th or 5th grade. It was just a typical day. My friend's parents were working, so I went over to my friend's house and we played together. It was around 1 p.m. I was packing up to go to the academy when my friend suddenly grabbed my arm.
Oh, no, don't touch me.
Can't you just stay with me until my parents come home? However, I was sure that my mom would scold me if I missed the academy, so I told my friend I'd stop by again afterwards and then left.
Good.
I was on my way back to my friend's house around 4 p.m., but when I reached his house, there were policemen next to it. I could see some officers and other people around the area. It turned out that there was a married couple living there, and the wife committed suicide while her husband was on his way to work. After that, while I was walking home with my friend so that we could play at my house, I suddenly got scared. So I asked, "Why did you tell me not to go to the academy earlier?" Then my friend said that he heard a woman's voice through the wall while we were playing at his house earlier. And this is what my friend told me. The woman said, for some time,
that's some
I
creepy
used to
stuff,
try to
like,
experience a past life.
I want to die? Was that what she was
whenever
just saying? I want to die?
One day, I tried to experience my past life.
What?
As soon as I woke up in the morning, I fell asleep again. I usually either don't dream or remember my dream after waking up. But this time, my dream was so vivid. In my dream, I was walking up the stairs, and there were tons of flowers and grass on both sides. So I kept walking up the stairs, and I was excited. But then a man came down the stairs. He was
Just one
handsome,
man.
but aside from his looks, I felt a little scared of him. I could see that all of his clothes were black and dull. The man walked towards me, so I tried to pass him with my eyes looking down.
Don't look down, you're
But then he
lacking.
suddenly said, "You have no past life, and this isn't where you're from," he said while shoving me. I woke up at that moment, but I still vividly remember the feeling of him pushing me. After that, I stopped trying to experience my past life. My brother used
Living
to
your
suffer
current life,
from
you know
a
what I'm
serious
saying? Like,
sleepwalking problem. The
That's
problem
really
is
tripping.
gone now, but just 2 years ago, he would wake up every night, knock on the door of his bedroom, and walk alone. That was his creepy habit for a while. One day my parents went on a trip, and my brother and I were home alone. That night, I started to hear a tapping sound on the door while I was sleeping and
brother or not? If I open that door and you are sitting there, I'm folding you. I'm folding you.
bedroom. When I
got
opened
me
my
bent.
eyes, I noticed that it was coming from outside the door. So I opened it, and my brother was standing in front of my door. He was looking down at me without blinking an eye, and all of
Punch
a
him.
sudden, he smiled. His skin looked so pale because he was sick at the time. It was horrifying. I ran to my bedside to call my mom, but my brother came into the bedroom, started to slowly turn around in circles, but suddenly stopped. Then he started whispering into the air, "Don't do it. I'm sorry. Sorry. Don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." I was so scared of him that I started to cry. Murmuring for about 10 minutes, he suddenly said, "Shut up, you little brat.
have been all types of raps of this man.
And then
I would not have
he
let
fell
him in my
down
room.
right on the spot. My mom still didn't answer the phone. I rushed to my brother's room, locked the door while crying to myself, and tried to fall asleep. Maybe it was around 3 a.m. I suddenly heard someone trying to open my brother's door, but it sounded like someone's head was banging on the door. Thinking that it was my brother, I held my breath, and then it was quiet. Thank goodness. I'll be safe here until the morning.
I hate when it gets mad quiet
I thought
when it's like a loud.
But after about an hour, I needed to go to the toilet so badly.
And
I didn't hear anything outside the door, and my brother seemed to be asleep again.
that's her mistake. That's her mistake there alone, dog. I don't care. I gotta pee and I'm locked in the room and it's like a spirit or whatever. Her brother, I don't care. That's a spirit sitting outside the door. You think I'm going to the bathroom? No. I'm not stupid. I would have been sitting right there. I would have been peeing on his bed. What you mean?
So I took a deep breath, opened the door, and tried to get back quickly. My brother, he was crawling around on all fours.
Man said all fours. Look at the mistake you made.
In the living room.
That's disgusting.
Not on his knees crawling on the floor. He was moving around with both hands and feet on the floor, and his face was buried between his hands. I didn't even scream when I saw that bizarre figure of my brother. He was crawling in the dark living room. There wasn't a single light, and I think that was the most fear I've ever experienced in my life. While I was just shivering without moving an inch, I met his eyes and he looked like a dead man.
Why do people do that? They get like they just freeze in that situation, man. You think I'm gonna freeze in something like that? No, that's like a response.
Some kind of drug. I snapped out of it when I saw
easy
his
on this
eyes.
man.
Then I ran back into the room, locked the door again, cried, and finally fell asleep. The next morning, I went outside and asked my brother about the night before, but he didn't remember anything. No way. What for? He said he couldn't remember anything at all, no matter how many times
Gotta get a new
I
one.
asked
He's
him.
broken. Throw him out.
That was the most frightening experience I've ever had.
Yeah, he would have been out the gribbo. You got me bent. You think I'm nah? First off, when somebody started crawling to you on all fours, you don't sit there and freeze. That's the one mistake you don't want to do. You don't want to freeze in situations. I know not everybody's not ready. You know what I'm saying? But if you watch Gator Martin, you put on those Adidas and you go. And you go. She got caught slipping, man. She got caught slipping. It shouldn't have been like that. It should not have been like that. She could have been out that situation. I would have been out that situation at least. But you know, that's not my story to tell. It's not my story to tell, man. Hey, let me know if you guys like this one. We could do some more, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one.